Jay Vincent.
Thanks very much, Keith. Yeah, I'll cover anything for you, mate, anytime, anywhere. Now, Jay Vincent, good to see you here on the grid and back from the troubles at Knockhill. Not so good to see you carrying quite a painful-looking cast there on your right arm. Tell us what's the latest diagnosis of the injury.
Yeah, I mean, in the crash that I had at Knockhill, it broke both bones in my forearm, clean break straight through the centre. Needed 2 plates on the bones and 13 screws in there to fix it back together. So, yeah, it's a little bit sore at the moment, but everything's going really well and kind of asked for more. Toby, the doctor's been working with me like really well with it, and we're hoping to be back for Silverstone.
Obviously now we've got a large break before the next round at Silverstone in like 6 weeks' time. That's going to be beneficial for you, isn't it?
Oh, definitely. I mean, you know, we obviously didn't want it to happen, but if it's going to happen, then, you know, it's best to happen in the break. So I'll lose as much track time as possible and as little time on the track. So, yeah, we're going to try and plan a bit of a test before Silverstone just to make sure that it is okay, and hopefully we will be there.
Shouldn't be any issues with strength or anything when you come back? You should be back to 100% fitness?
I think so, yeah. I mean, it's looking like, you know, everything's healing really well there, so I've just got to let it rest and heal for now, and then just before I come back, start doing a bit of strength work with it. So hopefully I'll be there and thereabouts, yeah.
Brilliant, mate. Well, best of luck from everyone at Sky Sports, and get well soon. We'll see you back on the grid no time soon, no doubt. See you later, Joe. Thanks a lot, mate.
Cheers, bye.
OK, let's go and have a quick look now at Jay's teammate, Leon Camier. Leon, can I grab you for a minute? Just interrupt the mental processes that are going on, mate. Unusual to see you back here on the second row of the grid, not a place you're familiar with.
No, to tell you the truth, we haven't been quite on the winning pace all weekend, really. I think our race times are pretty good. It's just our the qualifying ones are good. We got held up a few times and whatnot, but it's going to be such a difficult race here today. There's such a big straight, and me being so tall doesn't really help either, getting tucked into the slipstream and whatnot. So
now, hang on, tell me a bit more about that, because we were talking before yesterday, weren't we? And you've been developing this new sort of tuck-in position and things.
Yeah, basically I just get my arms in and slide my arse in the back of the seat, and it just seems to be able to work that much better, you know. So I can actually get my arms in, but it's still going to be difficult. Also, the whole race is going to be difficult. There's so many quick people here and on quick bikes, you know. So it's not going to be an easy race at all.
So is it just a case of suck it and see from the start and see where you start?
Yeah, I think the plan is get a good start, just hanging with them, you know, and just see what happens at the end of the race if I can. But yeah, I'll just want to get out there, basically, try and get a good start and get away with them, just see what happens.
OK, Leon, thanks very much for your time, mate. Have a good race. Right, we'll move just alongside. One further up the qualifying order is Jamie Robinson. Jamie's had something of a resurgence so far on the bike. Jamie, how you doing, mate?
Yeah, good. Yeah, bike's been improving all season, and yeah, we're looking forward to this race.
As I was saying, you had a bit of a resurgence. We saw you at Knockhill. You look much more confident on the front of the bike, and then you seem to be picking up pace here. Anything down to the bike in particular to do with that?
Yeah, we've been working closely with WP Suspension and Dunlop, and we've just found a package now that really suits my riding style. I'm able to carry more corner speed at the front, and I've still got the grip at the back when the bike's fully leant over. So the bike's now turning into, I suppose, from my background, like a 250, and you know, the tyres that we're using with Dunlop now are just excellent. That the bike really just feels like it's running on slicks, and it's just filling me full of confidence. Really, really looking forward to it.
Do you think the heat here, the temperature, is going to be a major factor in the race? Do you think tyres are going to be a problem earlier than maybe anticipated before today?
I think definitely, because, you know, all weekend we've been testing various tyres, but not in these extreme heat conditions, and it's going to make a difference. I've changed a couple of things on my bike to hopefully compensate, hopefully for the better, but we'll have to wait and see.
OK, how was qualifying throughout? I mean, you seem to be quite fast. Were you quite confident? Are you confident at a good race pace throughout?
Yeah, I've tested a couple of race tyres, done race distance on both of them, and we've opted to go one way, slightly harder rear tyre. Gives me a little bit extra feel, so I'm looking forward to it. I think that you know, we're bang on the pace. The pace is fast this weekend. We're just going to make a good start and see if we can hang on to these guys. And if we do make a good start, it could be anybody's.
Excellent, mate. Best of luck in the race. Right, we're going to move forward now. We're going to the pole man, Stuart Easton, on the JHP Riders of Bridgewater Ducati. We'll see if we can grab him. And John Hackett getting in the way, pointing out sponsors' names. That's Bridge Media, and they're new for this round. Apparently they're going to be here and hopefully in the future as well. Stuart, how are you feeling? Pole position, you've got it all to do.
Well, we certainly have. It's never easy. It'll be a hard and close race, as it always is. You have to just do your best as you can on the day, and hopefully we can win.
Now, qualifying was something of a fraught process, wasn't it? But you got there in the end. But everyone was chasing you down. They're pretty close to you on times.
Like I say, it's always close, so it's just the way it is. But we're on pole, we did the job, and that was yesterday, and we've got to do the job today.
Are you confident in tyres lasting for this race? I mean, have you done a lot of race distances at Snetterton this weekend?
Yeah, we did. We were on a lap record pace after 16 laps, so I mean it's a 22 lap race, so I'm fairly confident with tyres, yeah.
So that record pace, you're on pole position, everything's looking good. You don't need to look so worried, mate, or do you?
Nah, just got it all to do, that's all.
Excellent. Best of luck in the race, Stuart. We'll catch up with Stuart a bit later on after the race, hopefully, as far as he's concerned. Right, let's stop off with Craig Jones on the Engage Honda, because there are some big stories going on about Craig Jones. Craig, we hear that you've picked up the 10-car ride for the World Supersport. Is that correct?
Maybe you can tell me more.
Well, there's the rumours doing the paddock, and maybe you can't say anything at the moment, but that's what we hear as your replacement Fujiwara. Hopefully that will come good. How do you feel about being second on the grid at the moment?
Yeah, good. Obviously, my concentration at the minute is going on this race now, my championship in the UK, and just to put a good show on for all of my sponsors.
Qualifying, it all seemed to be going towards Stuart Easton's way, and then all of a sudden you guys sort of seemed to find something and close him down. What was it? Was it setup or tyres or a combination of the pair?
I mean, we had it all weekend, and it's just getting that lap in. Qualifying's all about one lap, and a race is about 22 laps, so we just have to get on with it, and hopefully I'm going to be on the top step of that podium today.
Nice one, mate. Okay, tell me about this Riding World Supersport quickly. We've got a few seconds left.
I can't tell you any more, Tony.
Oh, shame. Anyway, have a good race, mate. Okay, Eugene Laverty is third fastest on the grid. Eugene, we'll just try and grab him for a quick second. Eugene, couple of moments before we're off. How are you feeling?
Fairly confident. We've had a good morning warm-up session. It was quickest in that by a fair bit, so we'll just see if we can get away, see what we can do.
Excellent, mate. And throughout qualifying, again, as I was saying to Jonesy, the Honda seemed to be chasing Stuart Easton there for a little while, and then all of a sudden you all seem to find the pace, after the early stages. Was that down to anything in particular? Did you get new part from Honda, or is it new tyres, or is it just a question of reacquainting yourself with the track?
Stuart's on it. Just he was right bang on the pace from the word go, and we just played catch up a bit. But we've been doing the same laps as him in race tyres, so I can see it being a good battle at the front.
Excellent, mate. Thank you very much. Best of luck in the race. Right, a very quick word, if we can, with Per Rieber. Per, very quick one just before you go. How's the engine this morning? I know you've had some problems chopping and changing between engines and gearboxes.
Yeah, this morning was all right. We'll see how it's in the race.
Do you feel that you've got the right engine and gearbox combination for this race at the moment, or is it a bit suck it and see when the race kicks off?
No, it was okay this morning, I tell you, after the race, because it's more hot, and we'll see how is the grip and everything.
Brilliant, Reba. Brilliant. Thanks very much, mate. I hope you have a good race. Right, OK, that's everybody here from the Metabo Supersport on the grid. We're going to be hustled off here in a second. Time to hand you back to the commentators, Neil Mackenzie and the ever-brilliant Keith.
Perhaps quite so happy with this temperature rising quite as much as it is at the moment. Look at, it's like Perry Reba, a likeable Spaniard, nips along to have a quick word with Gregorio. Lavia, of course, in the Superbikes. You can just see Leon Camia coming to the grid behind. We're looking now at Craig Jones picking up the Arai sponsorship at last. So Craig Jones now riding Arai. Ferry Brower, European importer of Arai helmets, looking after him, and as they go away, it is Jonesy in the middle of the picture. Eugene Laverty on bike number 50 on the Red Bull Rookie's bike has got a good start, but look at this. Weaving from side to side. Stuart Easton blasts that Ducati straight in there, but right alongside him, and on the track goes Jonesy. What a disaster. Craig Jones is off. That's not Jonesy. I don't quite pick up who that is. It looks a bit like, I think, Anthony Cooper, I think 41 perhaps, but Craig Jones has given himself a mountain to climb. I don't know whether he was pushed or whether he did it all on his own, but whatever it is, he's made a mug of himself by going out on that first turn. Oh, through goes Eugene Laverty. The Ulsterman is across the Scotsman. So, Eugene Laverty. Chris Jones has already won one race for the Red Bull Rookies team today. That was the 1-2-5 before we came on air.
Craig Jones, yeah, he tried to go in there with Stuart Easton, thinking about going round the outside of him, but Stuart Easton was in there pretty hot and pretty much on the limit. Unfortunately, Jones, he couldn't turn in, he was on the outside of the track. So round the outside, he just pushed.
No, he did it all on his own. He did it all on his own. There was no allusion to Easton at all. Jonesy came in there hot, found himself out a little bit wide, out on the paint, and nothing to do him. Oh! Whoa! Ouch! I'll take that. That's Kieran Clark, I think.
Whoa.
Big Kieran. Or is it? No, it might be Frosty.
It's Frosty.
And someone's collecting his bike as well. Down goes the bike, and he did the best thing, didn't he? Got up and run for it.
Well,
no, we might have a red flag here because that's a lot of motorcycles spread over. Despite the fact we're on a long lap, it will give an opportunity. But red flag already. I saw it in the corner there. So Stuart Higgs very quick indeed to stop that race. A lot of carnage down in Russell's, and of course you don't know how much. While they cleared it up, we can take a look at it. Rob Frost re-entering the track, having made a big mistake, got it really sideways on a classic high side, but then nowhere to go. Somebody hit his motorcycle rather hard. There it is. We don't know quite who it was just yet. In fact, number 12, I can tell you exactly, having seen that now. It's Chris Ambler. So Chris Ambler falling down. Chris Ambler then running to the side of the track, and that is certainly the right thing to be power out of it. Sometimes you can say that they get close to the edge with these motors.
They do, maybe not as reliable as the Japanese stuff, but the important thing is it grunts out the slow corners.
Here we go then, see if it's got grunt going up the hill. It did have last time. Great start, absolutely all of them in unison off the line. Good clutch start this time, but again Easton moves and jigs to the outside of the line to get the perfect line in. Craig Jones in second place, Eugene Leverty in third place, Perry Reba there in fourth place, and this time it was Eugene Leverty forced out a little bit. Look at Jonesy looking straight away up the inside as they go to Sears Corner, but it is Stuart Easton through. Then the North Point Engage Nokia sponsored Honda off. Craig Jones in second place, number 18. Then it's Eugene Leverty on 50. Then it's 4. The MSS Discovery Kawasaki of Perry Reba under pressure already from number 2, Leon Camia.
Craig Jones got a nice run at the back straight there, but you can see number 3, Stuart Easton 749 Ducati was the strongest motorcycle along that straight. Good grunt, good top speed. Craig Jones will be fast through this twist to get into the bomb over there.
How wrong? You weren't wrong there at all, were you? So Jonesy already, are you watching when he comes down to the Russell chicane?
Yeah, backing it in. He's got to be doing a big supermoto back in here.
Yeah, I think we're going to be in for some spectacular turns. I hope he just takes his time and gives it a lap for everything to settle down and warm those tyres up. Eugene Leverty right there, so is the MSS Discovery bike of Perry Reeve as the rest all stream through over the dust that was put there by Rob Frost after fluid leaking of the motorcycle that was crashed. Here comes Eugene Leverty up the inside of Craig Jones. Did he get it? No, he doesn't.
Wow, he's so up for this. He wants past, he wants to get in the front. Oh, Craig Jones
how close is that?
He really did. He knows he has to slipstream along here though. Look at Eugene Leverty, he's so brave.
Yeah, on the way in, but he needs the power on the way out. This is where, look at Jonesy, perfect slipstream. This will just tow him along a little bit. He's into that hole at the back of the air behind the Ducati. I reckon he pulled out a little too soon then, you know.
Double slipstream, it's worked.
Eugene got the biggest slipstream because 2 motorcycles in front. Is he going to be able to hold it? I'll tell you what, Craig Jones looked to me like he lacked a little bit of slipstream perfection there.
Eugene Leverty looked so confident and his bike was not slow. It certainly matched Stuart Easton's number 3 Ducati.
Do you think there's something in the tea at Red Bull?
I don't know. It's
something in the Red Bull, I suppose.
Yeah, the confidence up. Everyone's the feel-good factor there. Craig Jones a little bit wide round corner. We can't afford to do that.
He's frustrated. I get the feeling that Craig Jones is desperate to win a race this year. And I just hope he doesn't start making mistakes.
Well, at the moment he's still well in touch. Eugene Leverty, he's got it all to do. It's hard at the front now. Eugene Leverty, young rider.
Doesn't look hard though, the way he's doing it.
He looks so confident, he looks brilliant.
Wow, what a class ride from Eugene Leverty so far. We are only on lap 3 of the 19. A long way to go. I'll tell you what, Craig Jones is fast through Ritchie's and up the inside into Sia. Takes a dive for the apex. Does he pull it down therefore balk the Ducati? But you watch Stuart Easton. There'll be no mistake from his slipstream manoeuvre. He will get to within, millimetres from the rear end of the Nokia-sponsored Honda. Pulls out. He's on the inside as they go into the braking area. But that usually is the domain of Jones into braking. Yep, thought as much.
Round the outside, long way round, keeps it tight, pulls it down.
Yeah, he's just not scared, Craig Jones. He's got such a lovely feel on a motorcycle.
Meanwhile, Perry was catching up in 4th position.
Into the bomb hole and then onto Coram Curve. The long, long right-hander. And look at that bike of Jones on the move all the time. Now then, tyre-wise, we know that Eugene Leverty will be on Dunlops. Certainly on the Metzlers, I think it will be for Craig Jones. It is the Pirelli derivative. Metzler in 2nd place, Dunlop in 3rd place, and then Metzler again in 4th place. So Jones and Reba on Metzlers, Eugene Leverty and 3rd place Stuart Easton on Dunlops.
Mid-corner is where Stuart Easton loses out and where Craig Jones is very strong. There he goes down the inside of Eugene Leverty into Sears.
He's just not scared, is he? So 2 Hondas then. And both these teams supported by Honda, of course. The Red Bull Rookies Honda is part of the Honda program, and the Nokia Engage team, they too are supported by Honda. Gary Eckerold, actually his day job is actually at Honda.
This is slipstreaming at its best, fantastic.
And 2 youngsters, the future of British motorcycle racing. We're looking at the front 3 here.
Stuart Easton lost out a little bit there. He's a couple of tenths gap now. Pereriba right behind him, and Leon Cammy catching up in 5th.
Yeah, Leon Cammy is the man to watch at the moment. Craig Jones has the fastest lap of the race so far. And I'll tell you what, Eugene Levity had that on the move. As in he comes. Supermoto style, he's just so under control when he does it.
What he's good at is backing it in, but still hitting the apex, still hitting the spot. He's opposite lock all the way in there, flicks it in the opposite direction and fires it out. Perfect.
Tell you what, they're going to be happy at Honda with the fact that Eugene Levity's bike looks just that tiny weeny bit quicker than the North Point Honda of Craig Jones. Not through Rich's corner, I have to say, but up that straight.
Well, mid-corner, Craig Jones, whether it's the Metzeler tyres, whether it's his riding style, his bike setup, he has fantastic mid-corner speed.
Got a long way to go yet in this. Let's take another look at this. It's absolutely Craig
Into
Jones.
the chicane. Back comes out. I'm pretty sure Eugene Levity was waiting for that to happen. He knows how Jonesy rides. He knows his riding style.
He wasn't disappointed, was he? Still Stuart Easton on bike number 3 in 3rd place at the moment. Still got a lot of work to do. Jones is still the quickest man out on the racetrack according to our lap monitor. And still Pereriba on bike number 4. The MSS Discovery Kawasaki in 4th place and being chased by the number 2 bike, the Paget's Honda. Another Honda-supported motorcycle with Leon Camier on it.
Well, Craig Jones backing it in there and carrying a lot of mid-corner speed. It'll be interesting just to see if his tyres or how long his tyres will last, because that's going to really hammer the tyres.
Never seems to bother him too much. Got to watch for Jamie Robinson as well on bike 77 in 6th place. That's a Tenkata Honda, and we know that they provide very quick motors indeed. And here at Snetterton, Stuart Easton, well, when he was riding the Tenkata bike, he absolutely cleared off.
We now have a five bike freight train here. It's a great thing about fast circuits where slipstream is involved. No one really can make a break.
Eugene Levity's Honda, I have to say, in 2nd place, looks very quick, all on its own, out in a straight line. He got the slipstream then on Craig Jones, but Jonesy on the brakes is going to be scary good. But Eugene Levity's bike has the edge, there is no doubt about that, on Craig Jones, your race leader. But I suppose Jones is going to be fairly happy to see Camier at least 4 places behind him.
Yeah, championship threat, of course, Leon Cammy. And I've got to say, Leon Cammy qualified in the 2nd run, didn't sound as confident as normal, but really he's digging in and he's hanging on, and certainly a rostral position's not out of the question at the moment.
Well, you wonder at the end of the day just who's holding who up as far as this is concerned. It's getting quicker. James Hillier, I can tell you, is off of his Kawasaki, the Gearlink Kawasaki, at Coram Curve, which is a scary place to fall off, but rider okay, it says on my monitor, for those of you wondering where he was. This is the battle for the lead. The Metabo British Supersports Championship is alive and kicking so often. This Supersports race can be the best of the day. You've got to say, Jonesy through Riches and Sears has definitely got an advantage, but from this point onwards is when the rest catch it.
They claw back. Look how much they pull back there. 3 bike lengths they pull back in Jonesy. They almost get alongside him, but he does work hard. He does work hard through Riches and Sears.
Look at the differential in speed there as far as that's concerned. I just do not believe these speed camera things. I mean, they're by the side of the track, and to me, they just do not work.
Well, the speed device on the back straight is really in the braking area, so it's whoever brakes last or brakes the latest gets the highest speed.
Yeah, well, the problem is it's put there for the cars. And the braking area for a car is about 50 yards later than it is for any of these motorcycles, so they're actually on the brakes half the time by the time they go. Because it amused me with the superbikes, they've got them clocked at 165 mile an hour, but you know as well as I do from telemetry, they're on 190 miles at the end of the straight, but they've already scrubbed 30 mile off it by the time we go through the timing lights.
It's a fair difference. This is where Jonesy's fast, this is where he's strong, as long as the tyres hold up.
He looks so good through there, but he's building a lot of momentum. He's leaving the other 4 just a little bit behind. The bike obviously makes it up the hill on the start and finish line, but this is really, the Revit straight is a real test of any motorcycle. You're hanging on the throttle for so long, and you've got a fast corner off the end of it too that takes, well, a great deal of bravery if you're going to make a pass, especially as we've seen today around the outside.
Craig Jones is working so hard, and it's not like he's a big rider, he's a little rider, he's a light rider, he gets tucked in well, he's got good aerodynamics, but the guys pull him back in. But if he can keep this pace up, eventually he will break them.
Long way to go yet, we're only on lap 8 of 19. A shortened race might suit Craig Jones as well. Certainly the restart suited Craig Jones, who was by his own mistake well out of it.
Luck certainly on his side today. It was all over if that first race start had continued.
Luck has a lot to do with a lot of things, and
It certainly does.
this might just be Craig Jones's day. He's yet to win a race in this class this year, despite the fact he leads the championship. He's had some good positions, and no doubt about that. He's been very consistent. Only had 1 second place at Mondello Park, and the rest have pretty much been 3rd and 4th places. Stuart Easton in 1:08.5. That is a good time for Supersport's bike.
I reckon he's broke him. He's got enough of a gap here to nearly break them.
And the thing is, he's also got enough experience to just keep that pace up, I think, Stuart Easton.
Craig
Jones, sorry. Here comes, Cameo looks at the inside there of Perry Reba. 18 is Craig Jones. 50 is Eugene Lavity in 2nd place. 3rd place is number 3, Stuart Easton. 4th place, number 4.
Oh, he's
Perry
wide.
Reba, he's made a mistake,
wide at the
and he's let
moment.
him through. Through has come Eugene Lavity. Big mistake.
Have his tyres started to go off?
Well, that is what it's going to be down to, I reckon.
You know he's been pushing him hard mid-corner.
And of course, also on Dunlop tyres is the Paget's bike of Leon Camier at the back of this bunch at the moment. So we might well see in the heat of the day here at Snetterton, 45-degree track temperature. Let's have a look at this mistake again.
Yeah, he got it down to bomb hole.
Yeah, he got it a bit live on the way in, didn't he? He got out the marbles and had to pull it back down.
Kept it safe. This will be interesting now.
Oh, yeah, as he comes to Russell Chicane. This is actually serious.
And it's the front end I would think he'd suffer with, pushing the front end. Stuart Easton ran it in there, and Stuart Easton really had to run a little bit wide to miss Craig Jones there.
So, Jonesy chasing Eugene Lavity.
Eugene Lavity's bike is quick.
It is. It's damn quick. He's out front, and really, Jonesy can't even get in the slipstream of it. That'll make Gary Eckerold, team manager of the Engage, who was born on the team, not happy.
Unhappy. If Jonesy's tyres are going off, he won't be able to do these round the outside manoeuvres that he was doing earlier in the race.
Through Coram Curve, and look at Camier. Camier is coming. He's hanging right on the back of Perry Reba. Tell you what, 5-way scrap. And
anybody's race.
Yeah, who's your money on there, Neil?
Perry Reba's
Oh,
not
look, there's a
looking too
problem.
bad.
Eugene Lavity has got a problem. That looks like some kind of clutch. Well, he's fiddling with the clutch, but that seems a strange situation. Oh, what a
His clutch
disaster.
is slipping. He's been trying to adjust it there. We'll know now. Yeah, there's something wrong. It's all over.
Maybe 2 starts have cooked the clutch.
Yeah.
2 starts on the stop. That is a
so
disaster for this race. Eugene Lavity really was looking very, very good indeed on bike 50. The Red Bull rookie slips back down the order, and that looks pretty much like that's the end of his race. Certainly looked like he was playing with the clutch lever, trying to get some adjustment into it. So, Craig Jones
let off the hook
again. How many times is that in one race?
Well, he's suffered some bad luck in his career, so he deserves a bit of good luck.
Oh, now it's Stuart Easton who's getting it a little bit loose. Perry Reba hones in on the other Metzler bike. So we've got a Metzler bike leading a Dunlop bike, leading a Metzler bike with another Dunlop bike behind them. And still Eugene Lavity, well, I'd have to say, Eugene Lavity still looks quite quick. But in 5th place, oh, Perry Reba just, mind you, his style's a bit like that. I think he just nodded his head into the apex of the corner.
It's a mystery as to what's going on there. He's still hanging on. The clutch must be working.
Well, no doubt we're going to find out as this race rolls on.
Last lap was a 10.5, so a couple of seconds off the guys.
Cal Crutchlow put in his fastest lap of the race on the last lap. He's in 7th place at the moment. Rob Frost is in 8th place. He was able to restart despite being the reason for the race stoppage in the first place. An anomaly of the rules, but perfectly legal, I can assure you. Jones, Easton, Reba, Camille Lavity, Robinson is the last, and you can't see him because he's just a little bit adrift of this lot. Paul Young down in 14th place. He won't be happy down there, that's for sure. Craig Sproston, the best of the Supersports Cup boys, 15th place overall, but 25.4 being the Supersports Cup leader. Lap 12 of 19. Down to the Russell Chicane. Once again, Jonesy sideways on in the braking area. Stuart Easton by complete contrast. Wheels in line, neat, tidy and immaculate on the Riders Ducati. Then it is Perry Reba on the Kawasaki. Reba really should be winning races here. Maybe today will be his day. But I've got to say, there's a lot of young guys around that are going to really swap paint with him if he wants to try it on. Tell you what, that Ducati just doesn't quite hold the line at Sears onto the back straight.
He's not happy mid-corner. Same into Richie's the first corner. Really struggles mid-corner. He breaks in there late, turns in, but mid-corner loses a lot of speed. Gets it back in the straight now.
All on the straight. That's Leon Camier, bike number 2. He's just 2 points adrift to Craig Jones in the championship. Jonesy leads this race at the moment. 25-20, 16-13 is your top 4 scores.
While Stuart Easton is able to follow Craig Jones, there's not anywhere obvious where you think he could maybe pull a pass on him.
I think he'll do it at the end of the back straight, the rabbit straight. I think that's where he looks the cleanest, it's where he looks the tidiest, and if he can just get Sears a bit better onto the back straight, he'll make a slipstream manoeuvre. But he's still going to have to be brave on the brakes. But the inside line is always a nice one to be on.
It's a nice one. Yeah, that's 749 Ducati. It's a lower and
Here we
longer
go.
bike than
I suppose this was the other option. At the end of the top straight, but he's run on wide. That might have cost him 2 places.
Yeah.
It certainly has.
It has, yeah.
So
maybe a little bit too early there.
But you said he can't hold the line at that corner, Riches, or this one, Sears.
He was able to go underneath him, but he couldn't hold the line, couldn't hold the corner speed, couldn't pull it down.
So, some slight setup problem for Stuart Easton there. But he's back into second place, having dispensed with the Kawasaki horsepower. Oh, Reba's trying the outside line. He's going to have to be brave, and he's done it.
He's pushed Easton wide.
Do you know what? That's the first time I've seen Perry Reba in a fighting mood this year, and that's about time. He's got to dig in. If he's going to win one of these races this year for MSS Discovery, he's got to try really hard. The bike might not be quite as quick as the Ducati, maybe not even quite as quick as the Honda at the moment, but it ain't far off, and certainly Reba, with his class and experience, ought to be able to do something with it. Oh! As through comes Leon Camier. Camier now in the slipstream of number 3, Stuart Easton. That's for second place. Perry Reba still leading, and that's given Jonesy a bit of an opportunity to get away at the front there.
That's great to see a Kawasaki up there. We've seen Tom Sykes on the Suzuki, of course the Honda's up there, the Paget Hondas, the Ducati of Stuart Easton, but that ZX6 RR Kawasaki, great to see that up there.
Well, Nick Morgan is here today, and again Stuart Easton runs out a little bit wide behind Perry Reba, the green bike of course, but they're all behind Craig Jones. They're just about a second lead as he came over the line in front of us just on the last lap. We've already dispensed in lap 42. That's Steve Crow.
Craig Jones is looking good.
Well, I don't want to say anything about Jonesy just yet because I'm willing him to have a win. I would really like to see that. As through goes Reba. No, it wasn't Paget's bike. Paget's bike is next up. Well, it actually is a Paget's bike. Yeah, you're right.
Jay Vincent's bike?
It might be Jay Vincent's bike, of course. That's 42. Steve Crow is riding that, and it is an official Paget's Motorcycles entry. So Steve Crow obviously having a ride out on that. I hadn't actually noticed that before then. Got me confused.
Craig Jones looking good.
Jonesy, his lead is 1.5 seconds. He's gained nearly 0.6 of a second on that last lap. That would have been all down to them having to make a pass on the slower rider. And I'll tell you what, Reba's under a bit of pressure now from Leon Camier. And shockingly, Stuart Easton looks to me to just have that fraction of a problem holding the line of that bike. He ain't got a problem with the acceleration of it, that's for sure.
That's his only weak point. He's going to have both these guys along the Revet straight.
Unbelievable. Managed to make a hand signal and pull across the front of him. Look at Camier, he's going to take... Oh, Jonesy down. Craig Jones on lap 16 of 19. He's out.
He just looked like he was on rails. I can't believe that.
That's at Rich's as well. It's the corner that he's so quick at. Rich's corner is where he's down. So this is the race for the lead.
Stuart Easton back in front.
Well, we saw Craig Jones walking off. We didn't see the man Easton go back into the front, but Leon Camier forces his way through. This is where Camier picks up the lead in the championship with Jones out, bounces over the curb, and that will have lost momentum now because he had that wheel spinning, hitting the rev limit all over the curb. It's given the Ducati an opportunity, and the Kawasaki too, to make a pass perhaps. No, the Honda regained its, pulled its skirt up and actually ran along that front straight quite nicely.
Pulled its skirt up like that. Even Steve Parrish and Charlie Cox can't think of one like that. Pulled his skirt up.
I probably got it from Parrish.
Perry Reba suddenly looks like a bit aggressive, looks like he's putting a major effort in.
Well, he really needs to, and this is the closest he's been to for an opportunity to win a race in BSB this year, so really you've got to expect him to do that. I'll tell you what, Craig Jones looks like he might have hurt himself a little bit there.
Well, I'm sure he's hurting inside.
That was a nice cut from our camera, just in time. I think Craig Jones, well, getting his breath back on the sidelines, and we'll speak to him no doubt later. But number 3, Stuart Easton, your pole sitter, finds himself out front, but the recovering from second row.
Oh, Stuart Easton at the moment.
Front end gone twice. Oh, that's quick there. That is quick there. Well, he was lucky to have scrubbed that right off before he got there. I'm sure that will just be him stunned rather than there being an injury. Looked to me like he just went in there with a fairly gentle glancing blow. So
yeah.
Stuart Easton, I'm sure he's going to be all right. But he lost the front. Yes, he is. That's great
maybe
to
wrist,
see.
Maybe a wrist.
Yeah, that's... I'll tell you what, the front went, then it went again. He just couldn't pull it down, could he?
It's so critical when the track temperature gets so high. The tyres are on such a knife edge, and you can see that
I'll tell you.
He had a bit of a moment there, but he couldn't recover.
Stuart Easton, let's have a look at this all from another angle. I'll tell you, how much is that going to... I'll tell you, he would have held his buttocks together at that particular point.
Well, I'm actually glad it went down so far around the corner, because he did have a decent run-off at that point.
What's the front? There it goes, under and then under again.
Couldn't pull it down because his foot came off. He couldn't push on the peg.
He knew he was in big trouble when that went the first time.
Yeah.
It's actually a great save the first time, but he might have hurt his wrist. So,
at one point he was looking okay, but that left foot came off the peg, then he lost control.
Well, now it's down to these two, Honda versus Kawasaki, and I can tell you the two main contenders in this championship, Craig Jones and Stuart Easton, either side of Leon Camier in the points table, are out. This is going to give Leon Camier an absolute opportunity to pinch 25 points over those two guys.
What a rate of attrition.
Camier, though, is under a lot of pressure. I'll tell you what, Perry Reber knows he can win this.
Yeah, he's looking serious.
Nick Morgan's going to have even more grey hair at the end of this race day, I can tell you. So Nick Morgan is at trackside. Stuart Simmons, the other partner, the Discovery part of the MSS Discovery package, is at home watching this, and I no doubt he'll be right on the edge of his seat.
Last lap into Sears, watch the front guys.
Where's it going to happen then, Neil? Is it going to be at the end of the straight? Has the Kawasaki got the performance on the pad? It's on there. It has got the legs. Nick Morgan tuned Kawasaki out of the slipstream. Perry Reber's got to do it on the brakes, but I tell you what, Camier is brilliant on the brakes. Here comes Perry Reber. Does he take the position? Oh, yes, but Camier has big melons and makes it into the S's. Superb stuff from Leon Camier. One place left. It's the Russell chicane. It's the only place that Camier might be, and there's bits flying off the track now. I don't know where they were coming from. Look like a knee slider in the middle of the bomb hole. We're at Coram now. I don't believe Perry Reber's close enough into the braking area of Russell chicane. It's going to be a win for Leon Camier. Perry Reber did everything absolutely right.
Camier's left knee slider that's gone.
That's what went going into the bomb hole, I think. So over the white line comes Leon Camier. No slipstream as far as Perry Reber's concerned, but a great ride from Perry Reber into second place. And that is the Perry Reber of old. But that young man is a man of the future. He goes to the top of the championship table. He takes the championship lead and the 25 points race win. Take a look then at the confirmation then. Leon Camier finally taking it from Perry Reber, although it did look touch and go at the end of the back straight on the last lap. Cal Crutchlow comes through to take third place and revive some of the fortunes of the N-Gage Nokia North Point team with the demise of Craig Jones going out just a little earlier on. Jamie Robinson in fourth place. Rob Frost, after that crash and the stoppage of the first part of the race, comes back for a fifth place. Good on you, Rob. Tom Tunstall, Sam Owens. Good result from Tom Tunstall too. Sam Owens, you heard Neil ringing his praises a little bit earlier on, finishes in a good seventh place with Matt Llewellyn in eighth. Eugene Laverty eventually finishing in ninth place. We know not why he went backwards from that leading position. We'll have to find that out later, of course. Paul Young down in 12th place. Last of the point scorers, Anthony Cooper. Craig Sproston, the best of the Supersports Cup runners. Leon Camier, 133 points now. Leaps above Craig Jones. Nil point for him. Stuart Easton, well, he stays on 105 as well. Tom Sykes stays on 90. Perry Reber closes in, courtesy of those 20 points. Cal Crutchlow, likewise, is on 79 in front of Jamie Robinson. And